We wants to buy the carbon credits because he is actually emitting something into the atmosphere which is we don't want it. So he is the buyer, right? The second person is basically the registry. The registry is basically we have a many number of organizations who are actually registries. They are like our certification authorities kind of thing, right? Where they basically kind of say develop certain protocols or methodologies to say by doing such an act you would be actually kind of doing a carbon sequestration or decarbonization by certain protocol. So they will define a protocol to say that if you do this, you will actually kind of save this much, right? And then second one is I think the people who are actually kind of trying to put that effort to actually kind of follow that protocol, like our partners. And then the registry is actually there now, right? But the registry actually doesn't work as a simply I think like our simple certification or anything like that. You have to register a project with a registry. So that is where the biggest challenge actually happens is, it's not like a 20 rupees you can go and then farmer can register with a registry to say that I'm saving this carbon. It's not that simple at all, right? The system actually kind of works in such a way that you have to have a decent volume of the farmers or the acreages together with a certain aspect of what is that you are actually trying to do, why it would actually kind of save the climate, right? Then it will also actually need to understand which protocol of that particular registry actually aligns with it, right? So for example, I think I will actually give you a kind of an example, right? In alternative wet and dry is a protocol given by the gold standard to say that if you actually reduce the water usage as part of your paddy cultivation, you are actually kind of mitigating on the methane emissions into the atmosphere. That's a simple protocol. To actually can register that project, you need to actually have a decent volume of the farmers, and then you need to actually kind of look for the person who is actually kind of funding to that project, because to register, to get a verification done from the registry and to issue it, it actually costs a lot of money. And not only that, but even to actually collect the data and then submit the data to the registry also costs money. So for that somebody has to support it. So that is where I think you go for a funding person, right? So that funding person will actually kind of say, okay, I will fund your project. And then there is also a buyer, I will actually support it, right? Then now you go ahead and actually kind of register the project. Then the another play actually comes is a documentation person. Okay, so that's where I think he basically builds the entire project. Here are the farmers, this many number of acreages, and this is the protocol, and then we want to register the project because now you actually got the money from the funding person. Now you actually apply. So then I think the registry basically assigns some verification company, and then that verification company go and actually check the project to see that you are actually valid the project or not at all. Either even if that acreage actually exists, even the farmer exists, even I think your methodology is actually kind of correct or not. Now I think you have actually all set. After some time period, after 1 year, they will the verification guys will come again. They will actually kind of verify that whatever you said as part of your registering of the project is actually that you are really doing it or not. What is the verification that have been entered into the system or not? So everything they look at it, they say that okay, project is actually going in a certain way. So that goes for 2 years or 3 years. It depends upon a protocol that you are applying. So after 2 years, they will say that okay, now I think you have done a wonderful thing. Now I think you can actually issue your carbon credits. So now this guy who actually gave you the money, funding person, basically charge you. He will sell the carbon credits to the international market. Whatever the money comes is, he charge you 80% out of it. I mean, Naveen can actually correct me if something is actually kind of value, but he charges 80%. So the guy who is actually developed that project, he has 20%. In that 20%, he has to meet his costs, right? To actually kind of run it around all these people and getting all the people ready and then get the farmers numbers and everything there. In that 20%, he will take let's say 10% or 15%. So then remaining will actually go to the farmer. So in actually kind of per se, if 1 acre is actually kind of attracting some 10 carbon credits, which is maybe a $10, 100 out of $100, what this developer is getting is a $20. Then farmer will get me $5 or $6. So that's the basically story.